Hey everybody, Pete Werner here with your Diz Daily Fix for Tuesday, March 1st, 2016. Here's what's happening today. Now first up today, Jasmine Sandoval, who worked as a server at the Plaza Restaurant in the Magic Kingdom from 2011 to 2015, is apparently suing Disney for lost wages. What she's claiming in her court filing is that 20% of the work that she did involved tasks where she could not get tips, things like washing dishes, restocking her station, things like that. But she claims she was still paid the lower wage of a server. Now, it's important to understand in Florida, as in many other states, if not all of them, there is a lower minimum wage if you're in a tipped position. In Florida, that's $5.03 an hour. Presumably, you're making up the difference to minimum wage in your tips. The minimum wage in Florida for a non-tipped position is $8.05. So she's basically saying that she's lost out on this money, and she's suing Disney for lost wages and $15,000 extra for something or other. So Disney has said that they will review the allegations and will respond appropriately in court. In another dining-related story, Brian Piasecki, who has been the head chef at California Grill for the last 7 years, is leaving that position to become the executive chef for Disney's moderate, value, and standalone DVC resorts, which is kind of interesting that the food court at Port Orleans is going to be run by the man who is currently the executive chef for the California Grill. So that could be interesting. Another big change that was announced was that executive chef Tim Keating, who's overseeing the Flying Fish Cafe at the Boardwalk, will not be returning when that restaurant reopens this fall, which really has me nervous because that restaurant has made a real turnaround in recent years. And I was really hoping they weren't going to make any major changes where that was concerned, but apparently they are. They have not said if he's going to be staying with the company, and no replacements for either of them have been announced yet. And finally, while we're talking about food, and believe it or not, folks, this is a huge story on the Diz right now. Turkey legs are being removed from the animal kingdom. Yes, you heard me right. No more turkey legs at the animal kingdom. According to Orlando Theme Park News, the Flame Tree Barbecue is removing the item from its menu, and in its place, a full rack of St. Louis barbecue ribs, which I'm all for. There'll be other items on the menu as well, but I'm really not kidding. This story has been viewed more than 10,000 times in the last 24 hours, and there's no hyperbole there. That's a real number. So, turkey legs, Animal Kingdom, big story. Had to throw it in. Now, over on the Diz, our own Steve Porter is sharing his experiences in the Disney College Program in an article entitled Disney College Program, Living, Learning, and Working for the Mouse. And over on the boards, well, you can understand that the big story there is the announcement of tiered pricing at the Disney parks. Yes, it is that time again, folks. The chorus of drama queens lamenting the changes, pledging never to return, is in full swing on about 90 different threads. Now, look, I get it, and I'm not going to go on a rant here about that. If you want to hear that, you'll need to tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to DizUnplugged.com and watch the Disney World edition of the Diz Unplugged. That's where I'm going to have some things to say about this, and let's just say I might get a little animated about the discussion. Now, if you can't join us live, you can always check out our shows on YouTube, youtube.com/DizUnplugged. And in addition to that discussion, we're going to be taking a look at what's coming up at this year's Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. And finally, for the weather, if you're heading into the parks in Orlando tomorrow, expect partly sunny skies for the start of the Flower and Garden Festival with a high of 82 and a low of 52. Out in Anaheim, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 79 and a low of 52. You can find links to all these stories and more on the Daily Fix main page, wdwinfo.com/dailyfix. And that will do it for me today. We'll see you again tomorrow with the next installment of the Diz Daily Fix. Have a great day, and remember, Voodoo Sticky Pig Wings.